Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Good to see you once again, and thanks for stopping by. My name is Neville Philpotts, and today we are going to be talking about and questioning the West, the Western world, and why does it fear two black men, Ibrahim Traoe'e and Julius Malema. Ibrahim Traoe'e is of Burkina Faso, and Julius Malema is of South Africa. The West fear these two not for violence or instability. They are feared because they're strong black men, unapologetic, and pushing for Africa to be free. Yes, that's the main reason why the West fear these two men so much. Ibrahim Traore is a young black African soldier, captain in the military, who seized power in Burkina Faso in 2022. He expelled the French, he shut down French media, and he took back national pride. Traore is anti-imperialist, pro-sovereignty, and openly questioned why terrorists in Africa are better armed than the national army, who is supplying arms to these terrorists. Julius Malema, on the other hand, is a leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters, EEFF, in South Africa. He boldly called for the redistribution of land without compensation. He's anti-capitalist, anti-colonialist, and strong Pan-African. Julius Malema stated that when the Europeans came to Africa, they did not purchase the land. They boldly took it from the Africans. They killed them and took the land. So Julius Malema saying Africans should not pay the white people for this land. They should just retake it, reclaim the land. Now, the Western world is up in arms because he said that reparation without restoration without reparation, meaning that he wants the land back to give back to his people without paying the white South Africans for the land, because plus the white South Africans benefit for so many years while the blacks were suffering and were kept in apartheid. Both men are clear about the things that belongs to Africa, not France, not the IMF or anyone else. They said everything in Africa belongs to the Africans. And I agree with this 100%. They also want resource sovereignty. They want African minerals, oil, farmland to benefit Africans, not multinationals. And the West has a problem with this. The West has been benefiting from Africa mineral and natural resource for centuries without paying for it, or what they pay is bare minimum. Now these two men are saying no, we want a fair price and we want to control our own minerals and our own resource, not the West, not France, not Europe, not US, not, just us Africans. And this is the main reason why the West fear these two men. If or when these two men get controlled and Africa start owning their own resource on reserve and minerals, the West that we know today that is so rich and powerful will no longer be rich and powerful. They would have to pay a fair price for the minerals on the oil and all the other natural resources that they're getting basically for free. Just to give you an idea, look at the DRC. The DRC is probably the richest continent, not continent, but richest country in the world today. It is valued around some $35 trillion. Yet, you look at the DRC, people are so poor. And the West is getting all this mineral out of there. Part of the reason why the people are so poor is the West creates havoc, create terrorists, it creates destabilization because they want to go in and steal these minerals and take it out so they can benefit. And then let's turn around and talk about morals and morality. See how irony that is. Now, Traoe'e says no Western troop. He wants no Western troop in Africa. He wants Africans to protect their homeland. He wants no proxy war. Malema said no white landlord holding. Malema says no to white landlords who are holding more than 90% of the farmland in South Africa in the post-apartheid era. Malema wants this land to be returned to its rightful owner without compensation. And the West wants the victim to compensate the victor. So, which means the West wants the people that their land was stolen from to pay the white people who stole the land to give them back the land. If this was turned around on the other foot, do you think the white people would pay the Africans if the Africans invade America or Europe and capture the lands and put its people in slavery for hundreds of years? Do you think the white people would want to repay the Africans to regain their land in Europe? I would say in America, because America was never theirs. They stole America from the native people who were here. Well, one of the other reasons too why the West is so fearful. These two leaders are turning towards BRICS. BRICS consists of China, Russia, South Africa, and Brazil. These two leaders are not interested in AIDS. They're interested in independence. And the West does not want Africa to be independent. It wants to be able to continue raping its resource and keeping the people in bondage. So what they did, they start spreading rumors and fear mongering about these two leaders. Now, to give you a little background on Abraham Traoe'e,